I'm Richard Southern in the 680 newsroom. Pretty good week for stocks in the books. Repeated record highs again on Wall Street. The Dow passing the 26,000 mark for the first time, doing so only 8 days after hitting 25,000 for the first time. The TSX with a pretty positive performance as well. It's within 100 points of its all-time high. Price of oil continued to rally, topping $64, up about 1.5% on the week. Gas prices, though, in Toronto continued to move higher above $1.26 a liter. I had a chance to meet the new head of Uber Canada this past week. We actually had an exclusive interview with him on Tuesday. He's a Torontonian. He's young for general manager, 31, but Rob Kazam was born and raised here in Toronto. He's been working for Uber for a few years. I wanted to ask him what he wanted to do about the culture. A lot of controversy about the company. Its CEO recently departing amid allegations of sexual assault. Here's what Rob Kazam had to say. Do you see this as being an issue, Uber's reputation?
Look, I think it's an incredibly important thing. Uber, had a tough 2017. We know that. We get that. And what I'm really encouraged by is the new direction our CEO, Dara, has set. He has come in and set a very, very high bar when it comes to values, when it comes to ethics, and when it comes to integrity.
Of course, another big issue was a major cyber attack that exposed the personal information of many Uber users, including many right here in Canada.
We did do an independent review with a third party who reviewed what information was compromised. And what we see is it did affect 815,000 Canadians. However, the data was limited to names, email addresses, and phone numbers. We have not seen any evidence of physical addresses or credit cards being compromised, which is incredibly...
Sure, but names could be bad enough, right? I mean, you could still get your identity stolen. Is my information safe now with Uber?
Yes, absolutely. We're working very closely with the Privacy Commissioner here in Canada to address this serious issue.
He says his goal is to keep prices low when it comes to Uber Canada. Another big story this past week was courtesy of the Bank of Canada. Interest rates going up. Again, another quarter point to 1.25%. And as a result, the prime rates going up at all the major banks. So your variable rate mortgages, your home equity lines of credit, all costing more. And the 5-year fixed mortgage rates already going up to 5.1%. So tough for the already indebted country of Canada. A one-bedroom apartment in Toronto now goes for an average of $2,000. So it's not just your mortgages, it's the rental market that is getting very difficult indeed. It's even hard to find an apartment even with these high prices. The vacancy level at a 16-year low. Cheapest apartment, according to the report out this past week, found in Oshawa, an average of $1,000 for a one-bedroom a month. Finally, here's a jacket maybe we need, especially on the weekend. Pabst Blue Ribbon, the beer brand, coming out with a jacket that lets you store many cans of beer. You can fit a few in the back, a couple in each of the side pockets, which are, by the way, insulated to keep you warm with the beer cold. You can fit one of your cans, maybe your open one, in your pocket caddy at the front. A few more in the netting inside. All told, 12 tall boys can fit in this jacket. Sells for $250. In the 680 newsroom, Richard Southern, City News.